So this video doesn't have any specific purpose other than to reflect on this past year and to communicate with everyone, to get more people involved, to encourage you to talk about your year. How has your year been? You have lots of different areas of your life. It could be personal, it could be your work life, your health, your hobbies. And I think it's nice to reflect and to think about how well did your year go. Sometimes it can feel a bit awkward because a lot of people feel under pressure to be productive, to add value. And even when you're creating a YouTube channel, for example. So at times I felt a bit of pressure that the video have to be providing value and setting up with a tripod and going through the whole process of creating the video, editing the video, that I thought it would be just quite nice just to sit on my bed and just talk and just waffle a little bit. Because the year has gone by very fast, and I feel that way every single year. Being 43, I'll be turning 44 next year, and it gives me a bit of time to reflect and to think about how fast time is going. I remember my 20s going by in the blink of an eye, and 30s really being taken up by married life and being a father. So that takes up a lot of your time. And then it's only when, children start to grow up and you get more of your free time back. And for me personally, this year has been about getting back into fitness. I'm not where I want to be, but I feel so much better going to the gym, concentrating and thinking about my health and my fitness. I would actually like to get more into stretching and things like mobility, because being immobile is one of my fears as I get older. I still want to be able to travel and be independent, and a lot of that means having strong joints. So, like I said, let me know in the comments, how has your year been? Would you rate it out of 10? What would you rate it out of 10? Sometimes it's a bit tricky, but I think looking at areas that you can improve can focus your mind to where you want to be in the future. So you can focus on 2026 in a more focused way. But I also think sometimes you have to do things before you're ready. I think that's one important thing that I've learned, especially in the social media space. You just have to go for it. You just have to put aside your fears, and you become ready by doing the action. You can't wait until you are perfectly ready to start doing something. And you may get some naysayers, you may get some people writing negative comments or saying negative things to you, but that's part of the process. I think having that confidence to just go for it, just do it. And sometimes it's good to just not think about it and just do it. And I think that's with a lot of things in life. It's putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation and just following through. So when it comes to improving your English skills, putting yourself in awkward situations, in awkward positions, it can feel reassuring, taking it slow and going step by step. But sometimes you can also push yourself in and put yourself in awkward situations and positions to improve. and to understand that it's part of the process, that when you make mistakes, that's when you learn the most. So having a structure is very important. So say, for example, you want to improve your small talk. So you can use ChatGPT to help you, which I think is very underrated. You can ask it for 10 questions you can ask for small talk. Then you can practice those sentences. And talking about ChatGPT, it's such a fantastic way to improve your English. And it can be very specific. So, depending on your country, say if you are living in India, for example, you can ask ChatGPT for common mistakes Indian English speakers make. You can do this if you're living in France, in Germany, or wherever you live. And this will give you common mistakes that people in the country make when learning English. Then it's about trying to improve your vocabulary, your grammar, yes. ChatGPT and AI can be dangerous in the aspect that if you don't know the language well enough, it's difficult to spot a mistake. So, using idioms, for example, unless you are a native speaker or you've lived in the country, if you use an idiom that you learned from AI, it may be outdated and it may be used in the wrong context. But for a beginner, intermediate level, using AI is a fantastic way to focus your learning. So, thinking about learning with categories, with topics, can also really help you. Think about, okay, so I want to focus on business English and specifically speaking English in the workplace. Then it depends on your sector, your area of work. Is it engineering? Is it IT? Is it hospitality or customer service? Then you can focus on that vocabulary. You can start to build up example sentences. And then you can supplement this by also surrounding yourself with English. So, English radio, English movies, reading articles in English. And this is the real way to improve. I think getting good at something involves a certain amount of suffering and going through some awkwardness to get better at any skill. It's easy to do it when you feel like you have energy and everything is perfect, but often it's difficult to have these situations that all the stars align and everything is perfect. So it's much better to have some general consistency and habits, and building really good habits of surrounding yourself with English, and be kind to yourself. It will take some time. This is a journey, it's a marathon, it's something which evolves over time, and you will get there. So until the next one, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.